rewind, 2021. There was a parade in my city. #1 pick, dancing in the street. Everybody was hitting the grid. Kid arrived in the D, and it was live as can be. They can ball, but we didn't want Green, Mobley, or Scotty B. When he got hurt, everyone lost it. Storylines leaking, no faucet. Caught him washed when he broke his tibia. All the haters, time to get it ready, yeah. Everybody wanna be Skip Bayless. Wanna throw shade, okay, say less. Dudes went #1 for a reason. It'll click by the end of the season. When he wins most improved player. Gonna be a movie, here's the trailer. Don't say I didn't try to warn ya. Co-signed by Win Benjamin.
Cade Cunningham.
He was raised a Texan, but now he's Detroit flexing. Team USA, he was killing them. Got him effed up, let me quote Eminem. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. That's a bunch of gibberish and money lovers act like they forgot about Cade. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. That's a bunch of gibberish and money lovers act like they forgot about Cade.
Forgot about Cade, they forgot about Cade. Forgot about, how you forget about Cade?
Oh my God. Welcome back to another episode of the Deuce Show. I almost did not make it tonight, y'all. I almost just said F it and didn't come on tonight. I am so irritated with the result of this game. I don't even know where to start. So much happened tonight, man. I don't even. Okay. All right. Welcome back, y'all. Appreciate you guys showing up and showing out as you always do, especially after a game like this, man. We're going to do our best to break everything down. We had a heartbreaking loss. A trade went down. This game was chippy. Guys got hurt. Guys who we thought were going to get in trades, we didn't get. Like, this was a tough night, man. This was a very, very tough night. As always, before we get started, want to shout out people who was here. MB Will, what's up, man? I know we're going to talk about that. I can't believe we had back-to-back losses. Me too. Yeah, this is the second straight game where we've had a chance to go to overtime or win the game. And Trae Young and now Darius Garland throws up a prayer that goes in. Not taking nothing away from those guys, but come on, bro. When are we going to not be on the short end of this type of performance? There's so many times in my lifetime, guys, where I have watched the Pistons lose games like this. Just like this. And it is so annoying. I'm just tired of being on the receiving end. Okay, so let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. I'm not gonna vent too long. I'm just gonna get into this game. We can break it down together. All right, shake it off. All right. So the Pistons dropped their second straight game tonight, losing to the Cavs, 115-118, on a game-winning three from Darius Garland from the logo. The Pistons have now lost 12 straight games against the Cavs. 12 straight by average of double digits. They fall back below 500 again. They're now 25-26 on the regular season. And they've been having a hard time staying above 500 the past couple weeks, which is why this upcoming stretch is so important. The Pistons have a chance now to still have a chance to create some distance between themselves and other teams that are below them and right there with them. Which is why I was so disappointed in tonight's game and last game. Both winnable games at home. Both heartbreaking losses at the buzzer at home. The Cavs did not have Donovan Mitchell tonight. He did not play. Donovan Mitchell was out. Spider was out, which made things easier. But the Cavs are still a very good team. So, okay, let's get to it. Let's get to my initial thoughts. So first things first, Tobias Harris also got hurt this game. A lot of guys got hurt this game. Tobias Harris got hurt in the third quarter with a leg injury. Cade injured his ankle. Who else? Beasley injured his shoulder. This was just all around a bad, heartbreaking, disappointing, gut-punching, gut-wrenching loss. this game got very chippy too. If you watch this game, you know what happened. You saw what happened between Jared Allen and Asar. Jared Allen with the unnecessary flagrant foul on a screen on Asar Thompson. And I don't normally see Jared Allen do that kind of stuff. I know they said in the previous play he didn't like the way Asar came off, but still, come on, bro. He literally dislodged him and then looked at him. And then it wasn't like, this is how you know it was intentional. He set the screen, he dislodged him, he looked at him. And normally when a guy screens like that, if a player falls down like that, they're running to the basket to try to get an easy bucket. He knocked him down, looked at him, and just turned around and started walking. So that was annoying in itself. But, you know, it was nice to see guys like Malik Beasley come over and support this guy. Gave a nice shove. Yeah, but I did not understand why he responded just like that in that situation. But whatever. Helped the Pistons get 2 points that they needed. Wasn't enough in the end. Why in the world was Tristan Thompson on the sideline yapping? Did anybody else see that? Why in the world was this dude on the sideline yapping like he had been playing all game? This dude has not played a meaningful game of basketball since Marvel released a quality movie. Like nobody's afraid of you, bro. You're not James Johnson. You're not Isaiah Stewart. Sit down somewhere. You're meaningless at this point in your career. You're literally here to be a locker room presence, and you're not an enforcer. You were never an enforcer. Stop it. Okay. Now I got that out the way. Let's get to the box, man. Let's just get to the box. My mind is racing right now. A lot of different things I want to get to, but let's just get to the box score and then we can get to other things. So let's start with our guy, Cade Cunningham again. Another wasted performance by Cade Cunningham because we could not get a win. This dude had 38 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 4 steals, 1 turnover, 11 for 29 shooting. I'm going to get to that again as to why. 3 for 10 from 3. Again, 13 for 13 from I think he was 13 for 13 last game. 13 for 13 from the free throw line. And once again, 38 minutes. 38 minutes. Cade played his absolute heart out tonight. He played his heart out tonight. He played through pain. He played through fouls. He just, oh my Lord, man. 9 assists and 1 turnover. That's a 9-to-1 assist turnover ratio, which you probably figure out is easy math. The last game, he had 14 assists and 3 turnovers. The game before that, he had 15 assists and 3 turnovers. This dude is taking care of the basketball. I got to say that first. Cade Cunningham is taking care of the basketball. He is not turning it over at all. He's taking great care of it. I know we talked about him early in the season when he was having the high turnover games. Not anymore. Not anymore. That's not happening anymore. I hate to see wasted performances like this. I just absolutely hate it. I hate it. And it's so unfortunate that he had this kind of like performance in the loss, man. And the way it happened was so annoying. But anyway, Cade really did his thing, man. He did everything you expect your all-star, superstar, all NBA level player to do. He was getting hacked all night long, especially in the first half, man. He was frustrated, and rightfully so. I don't complain about fouls often, guys, but it was warranted tonight, especially in that first half. You could literally hear the smack on his arm every time he got into the paint. And more times than not, he didn't get the foul call. It was hard to watch. But the biggest thing for me that stood out in this game, okay, was his free throw shooting. He had six free throws in the last 40 seconds of this game. And he needed every single one of them in order for us to get to a tie game, to where the Pistons could have went to overtime. He knocked down all 6 of them in a pressure situation. So not only is he a floor general, not only is he becoming a two-way player, not only is he becoming an efficient point guard, taking care of the basketball, not only is he willing his team in the fourth quarter getting buckets at its pretty much at will, but in the biggest moments of the game, he's stepping up to the free throw line, locking in, and knocking down his free throws. What more do you want from this dude? He had an MVP level performance tonight. Cade had an MVP level performance tonight. And it is so hard to watch these games. We're going to get into it, but Jaden Ivey, man, not having Jaden on the floor is so critical. I know they didn't have Donovan Mitchell, but still, not having Jaden on the floor, you guys see it, man. We're going to get to this, but when Cade sits down, once again, Cade did all this in 38 minutes, y'all. This is the third straight game he's had 36 plus minutes. This dude is tired. He's tired, man, which is why I was also annoyed looking at what's going on around the league with trades. It's so frustrating, man. Get this man some help. Trajan Langdon, I have faith in you. In the words of Chris Broussard, I have faith in you. But get this man some help ASAP. There's about 16 hours left, 17 hours left until the trade deadline tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST. It's about 10 o'clock now on February 5th as of the time of this video stream being recorded. Get something done. We got some things done. I don't think we're done though. With the moves that were made tonight, which we're going to get to shortly after we go through this box score, something has to happen. Something else other than what already happened has to happen. Because Cade needs help, man. He needs help. Phenomenal game from Cade Cunningham tonight, man. Absolutely phenomenal. I hope you guys understand what you're watching with this guy. A lot of times, for example, with a guy like Luka Doncic, when he has this kind of performance, 38, 9, 7, 4, he's got 8, 9 turnovers. Cade had 1 turnover, y'all. 1. His usage was through the roof. Not just because whenever he was on the court, he had the ball in his hands, but he was always on the court. Absolutely incredible, man. Absolutely incredible performance by Cade, man. Okay, so we know what Cade is. Let's give a major shout out, guys, to Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. balled out tonight, man. He did what he's done all season on another level. 20 points on 12 shots. He had 20 points, 3 boards, 1 assist on 6 for 12 shooting, 6 for 11 from 3, 2 for 2 from the free throw line in 35 minutes. Tim balled out. It seemed like every time the Pistons needed a shot, when it looked like the game was going to get away, Cade found him, and he knocked it down. Cade's vision was insane tonight, by the way. His vision was insane. Insane. The passes he was making to have 1 turnover, I know I said it already. Insane. But back to Tim. Tim Hardaway, man, is becoming a very, very important piece for this team, especially with Jaden being out. He is a steadying presence for this basketball team. A lot of what Malik Beasley does off the bench, Tim's doing in the starting lineup. He knows his role, and he is showing up. Tim Hardaway Jr. had the highest plus minus tonight at +7. He absolutely played his tail off. It's so funny watching his father. It seems like every game now, if you watch the game, it seems like every time they go to break, after he hits a big shot, when they go to break, it just shows his father, and his father's just doing this every time. That's like the only Tim Hardaway Sr. reaction we ever get. It reminds me of Karate Kid 1, Mr. Miyagi. At the end of the movie, like he's just a stoic. He's just so stoic, and he's just like, that's my son, that's my boy, that's my boy. But Tim played his tail off, man. This was very nice to see. So refreshing to see Tim just continue to be consistent. He's not taking bad shots. They're makeable shots. They're shots that he has made and continues to make. 50% from the field. He's not taking a ton. He's very, very efficient, and he's playing good defense. He's playing really good team defense. Let me take a break and just get to some of these comments. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them, y'all, but I'm going to get to as many as I can. Yeah, I agree with this. Yeah, don't disrespect Ivy now. Case correct. I hear what you're saying, but don't disrespect Jaden. I think had Jaden not gotten hurt, you would have seen him continue to ascend the way you're seeing Tim Hardaway Jr., the way you're seeing Asar, the way you're seeing JD, the way you're seeing Kate. You would have seen him continue to ascend. Before Jaden got hurt, he was playing the best basketball of his absolute life. So I hear what you're saying, but Jaden is not a bad second option for this team, in my opinion, especially the way he's playing. And had we had him tonight, had we had him last game, we'd be talking about a 4 or 5 game winning streak, right? Because we know what happened when Cade goes to the bench. We're going to get to that in a minute. Derek, 21 points in the fourth, but 9 of them scored in a row off of 3 and 6 free throws. Cade scored 38 in this. Exactly, Derek. Exactly, man. This is exactly what I was saying. He did. There was nothing more you could have asked this man to do. There was nothing more you could have asked Cade Cunningham to do. That's why it's so gut-wrenching when we lose games like this. It's so frustrating. Phantom of Darkness, I could not agree with you more. Jaden Ivey will be a superstar in my opinion. I agree. What you see with Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, I think you're going to see the same thing with Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. Same thing. Think about it. Those two guys were not an all-star level backcourt until guess who got there? JB Bickerstaff, who is now coaching our team. Ivy is going to be that good. I think Ivy is going to be better, at least as good as Darius Garland. I don't think he's that far away right now. But give him a year or two, he's going to be on that same level. So I'm looking forward to him getting back, and you could just see in his face. You could just, if you watch the game tonight, you could just see how bad he wanted to be on the court. He wanted to be on that court so bad. And if he was on the court, Darius Garland wouldn't be getting all those. He wouldn't have been getting those blow-bys to the hoop because Jaden is strong enough and quick enough to stay in front and recover if he does get blown by. So yeah, man, oh man, this is tough. Okay, let's keep going. Box score. Let's keep going. Let's get to Tobias Harris, man. He got hurt tonight. Tobias had 8 points, 2 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. 3 for 9 shooting, 2 from 3, 2 from the free throw line, 25 minutes. So he didn't play great when he was in the game. He played okay. He missed a lot of easy shots that he should have made that he usually does make from the mid-post, mid-range jumpers. Just didn't fall. Couldn't get it going tonight. But I will say this, though, guys. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The Pistons have to get bigger up front. They absolutely have to get bigger up front. Because he did play solid. But, man, you could just see it. When Jared Allen and Evan Mobley are in that painted area, JD is basically by himself, man. He's basically by himself in that painted area trying to battle and grab boards. And he didn't play great. JD didn't play great tonight, especially in that first half with the foul trouble. We'll get to that. But it's hard when you got 2 7-footers in there and you're 6'10", and you're trying to battle with 2 guys. Because Tobias, as much as he tries, he's only 6'8" on a good day, y'all. On a good day. He's a perimeter big. He's not even a perimeter big. He's a perimeter tweener. Tobias is a tweener. Small forward, power forward. He's a tweener. And he's undersized at that position. That is going to hurt us against teams that we're going to be contending with, hopefully, in the future in the East. Think about the top 4 teams in the East. We played the top team tonight, record-wise. They have Mobley. They have Allen. You got Boston, who just beat the Cavs last night. They got Horford. They got Kristaps Porzingis. They got Luke Cornett. All those guys are 6'10" and above, and they're strong. Look at Milwaukee. Brook Lopez. Giannis. Right? So it's tough. Even the Knicks with Cat, now they're big. So in order for us to, if we're going to push to be a contending team, I know we're just getting started. This is the beginning phases of it. I understand we have time to make changes a year now or 2 years from now, right? I get it. But I'm seeing this every game now. I'm seeing this every game. Like, we are getting outmatched on the boards. And I'm not making an excuse for JD, but you can't ask more from him as far as rebounding the basketball in that painted area when you're playing teams that are this big. It's just too much. It's too hard. It's only so much you can do. Only so much. Both of those guys, and Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, are long. They're not just tall. They've got huge hands, and they've got long arms. Their wingspan is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So JD is 6'10". He's super athletic, super strong, but only so much he can do by himself. You got to get him some help. So Tobias, admirable. But, you know, if he got hurt, obviously, but he's just not big enough. He's just not big enough, man. Not big enough. Let's take a pause for a second. Look at some more comments here. Our lack of size does hurt. Yes, Broderick. Yes, it does. 100%. 100% it hurts us. Yeah, if Duran ends up a power forward, it will be the end. No, he's a center, guys. JD's a center. He would have to, at the very least, develop a 15-foot midi consistent, like Jermaine O'Neal type consistent, like KG type consistent. If he's going to ever play power forward, he just doesn't have the shooting ability consistently yet to play power forward yet. Your power forward has to have some shooting ability. Doesn't got to be a stretch forward necessarily. It'd be ideal, but he would at least have to develop a 15-footer consistently to give us space. Unless our center is a stretch 5. That's the only way. Dominique, my guy, you always show up, man. I appreciate you, bro. What you got to say, man? We are low-key missing Ivy's improved point of attack. He's preaching again. We are low-key missing Ivy's improved point of attack defense for this year on these guards because Beasley and Sasser haven't been strong in those situations when called upon. 100%. 100%. You almost got me jumping to, you know what? You said it, so let's get to it. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Because I was gonna hold out. Well, you know what? I'm gonna leave here's what I'll do. I'll leave his comment on the screen. Let it marinate. Right? Let it marinate. Just think about what he's saying. I'm gonna get to JD, our last starter, or we gotta get to a star too. We'll get to a star, we'll get to JD, and then we'll come back and talk about what Dominic just said. I'm gonna leave this here for you guys though. Okay? All right. So let's get to a star first. Asar had 12 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals, 1 turnover, 4-10 shooting, 4-7 from the free throw line in 27 minutes. So Asar's minutes are slowly increasing. They're slowly, upping up a little bit, which means his wind is getting better and better, which is good to see. Good to see that, right? He has no restrictions. He can play as long as he wants, which is good. That's the first thing. Now, as far as this game tonight, I've said it before about Asar, man, and I'm going to say it again because he continues to do it, and I continue to love it. His ability to push the ball off the rebound. When he grabs the board, when he grabs the rebound and just pushes the basketball, he is so lethal because it doesn't allow the defense to get set up. When you grab the rebound and you got to find your guard, it allows your defense to set up. Just that split second allows the defense to set up. But when you can grab it and go with the speed that he has, it's nearly impossible for defenses to match up properly. And what I mean by that is a lot of times when Asar pushes like that and puts pressure on the defense, it forces the defense to just grab a body. So that way there's not an easy layup or dunk with nobody even contesting it. So you're just trying to grab a body. But a lot of time the body you're grabbing because you're scrambling is not your man. So there's a mismatch. So you got a small on a big down low, or you got a big on your guard on the perimeter, which is both mismatches. And tonight, Asar, when he pushes the ball, he pushed the ball tonight early in the first quarter and got an easy lob for JD. Easy lob for JD because it was mismatches and JD got behind the defense because they weren't set up because Asar pushed the pressure on them. Easy dunk. When he does that, he's at his best. He has a long way to go, guys, offensively. His ball handling still needs help. He still has some holes in his game, but his athleticism and his speed makes up for so many different deficiencies that he has right now. So I want to see him continue to do that. I don't feel comfortable with him as the second ball handler. He kind of has to be now because we don't really have Jaden. Jaden is easily the second best playmaker and ball handler on this team. No doubt about it. Unless you want to include Sasser as far as ball handling. But as far as playmaking, far and away is Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey, easily. But with him not being here, you got to kind of manufacture offense. So that's the one thing I would say that Asar needs to continue to work on. He has to work on his game, obviously, his shooting, his decision-making, things like that, right? His free throw shooting, obviously. But he just needs to focus on his strengths. Push the basketball like he did tonight when he gets the opportunity. And when he doesn't have the ball, move. He does a great job of that. He does a great job of working off a Cade in the half court when there's no transition opportunity. So I love what I'm seeing from Asar. He has to continue to work, but he's showing a lot of promise. And we got to remember he was off for 8 months, guys. He's been back like 2.5 months after not playing 8 months. If he had not had the issue with his blood clot, and I'm glad he's okay, if he didn't miss those 8 months, then the conversations and all the media attention that his brother Ahmed is getting, I would very much have confidence to say that he would have the same attention. They'd be at the same level. But when you miss 8 months, it takes a long time to get back to the level you were before you got hurt. Last guy, and then we'll get to Dominic's comment again. We'll really address that. Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren did not play a great game tonight. He played a good second half, but first half he didn't play that well. He had 8 points, 10 boards, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, 4 for 8 shooting, no free throws in 22 minutes. So the 22 minutes stands out, obviously, right? Because he was in foul trouble. And I've said this about JD, and I'll say it again. The last few games, he has done a great job of staying down on pump fakes, of playing discipline, just putting his hands up and playing big, right? Wasn't the case tonight. Was not the case tonight. He got in foul trouble early, and it took him out of the game, took him out of his rhythm, especially in that first half. After the second foul with about 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, he had to sit till about midway through the second quarter. Really hurt him. So he has to continue. He's been playing really, really well the last month, right? But I got to call like I see it. Tonight was not his night. And I think he struggled with those two. Like I mentioned, he struggled with those trees in the paint. But that doesn't excuse the lack of focus and discipline on the defensive end of the floor. It was not his night tonight. Guys are not going to play perfect games. He had a bad game. But I will say, in the second half, he played much better defensively. There were times when Darius Garland was getting to the hoop and he was challenging without fouling. Darius Garland's tough. He is tough. He's very crafty. And he is very hard for a big to defend because he's so quick. He's shifty. He's got great timing. He can get you off balance. He's a good basketball player. He's a very good basketball player. But JD, in the second half, played much, much better defense than he did in the first half. And he was all over the boards. He was doing everything he could in the second half on the boards. But he has to continue to make sure that his best ability is availability. And that wasn't the case in the first half. Second half, much better. But we need, as we always say, 4 quarters. Okay. Now let's get back to what my man Dominique was talking about. I'm going to read it again. We are low-key missing Ivy's improved point of attack defense for this year on these guards because Beasley and Sasser haven't been strong in those situations when called upon. This is exactly what I have been saying all season long. And this is, well, I'll take it back. This is what I've been saying since Jaden got hurt. When Jaden got hurt, it left a gaping hole as far as our backup point guard spot, which Jaden manned whenever Cade would sit down. Jaden usually stays in the game longer than Cade at the first sub. And so with us not having him available, you see how much the offense struggles. I like Marcus Sasser, right? But right now, he's not really helping us. He's playing out of position. He's not a point guard. Sasser tonight had 0 points, 3 turnovers, 4 assists, 1 rebound, 1 steal, 0 for 1 shooting in 11 minutes. So he really didn't give us anything. He gave us a couple dimes, but the 3 turnovers pretty much negated those assists because what do we always say? A 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio is not good. 2-to-1 is good, and anything above that is great. But 4 assists and 3 turnovers is not good. It was so many times in that second half when he just didn't look like he knew what he was supposed to be doing. He had the ball on the perimeter, and he's so used to getting his own offense in the one-on-one, he didn't look like he knew what he was supposed to be doing. One time he just tried to throw a pass, I think it was Tim Hardaway Jr., and it was an easy steal for a layup. Like, it just continues to hurt us. This was a winnable game. This was a winnable game. But you see, once again, I call it the Jaden Ivey effect. If he's playing, we don't lose this game. We don't lose this game. So the Pistons absolutely have to address what Dominique is saying. Have to do it. Point of attack defense and offense. But especially defensively, like he mentioned, because on that last play, man, that Garland had, even though that was a tough shot, he was just able to just maneuver his way around and get the shot up. Like, after K hit those 6 free throws and you lose that way, come on, man. That was hard to watch. But Dominique, I'm with you, bro. Jaden is gravely missed. Gravely missed. And we all see it, and he knows it. And hopefully Trajan sees it as well. I'm pretty sure he does, but I need that action now. I need a move to be made. I need a move to be made soon. Like, now. This can't continue to happen. It just can't. Man, oh man, this is tough. Let's get to some more comments. I'm excited about the future. Pacers, Cavs, and Pistons rivalries are renewed once again. I agree with that. I don't want Brandon Ingram. 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 I've talked about it before for the reasons I mentioned. He doesn't solve the problems that we have. He does not solve the problems that we have. He just doesn't. We are a defensive team first. He is not a defensive-minded player. He's a very good offensive player, but he doesn't give us any defense. And he is hurt often, very often. What happens if he comes here and he gets hurt? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, anybody can get hurt, right? I understand. Freak injuries happen, but I'm not talking about that. He's hurt, it seems like, more than he's not. Not on the level of a Zion or a Ben Simmons, who's always hurt. But more times than not, Brandon Ingram is hurt. So an injury-prone player who doesn't focus on defense, I don't want my basketball team. I don't care how good you are offensively. It doesn't matter to me. I need you to lead with defense. That's exactly what JB Bickerstaff always says. Lead with defense, and that will turn to your offense. Defense to offense. Defense to offense. It's always been that way. Always going to be that way as long as you play for this team. So I'm good on Brandon Ingram. I'd rather have CJ McCollum than Brandon Ingram, and I'm not really a fan of getting him either because his contract runs through next season. And next season we'll definitely have Jaden back, and I'm not having Jaden come off the bench for CJ McCollum. So I'm good on both of those guys. Man, oh man, oh man. That was tough to watch, man. Okay, let's keep going, guys. I'm not going to focus too much on this game. We got a lot more to get to, but this was very, very hard to watch. Very disappointed in our backcourt play again. Just didn't give us much. Let's get to the rest of the bench, and then we'll get to some other stuff. All right, so Fontecchio didn't give us anything tonight, guys. 3 points, 1 board, 1 for 4 shooting, 1 for 2 from 3, 11 minutes. Nothing to really say here. Nothing to see here. He didn't give us much. He was just kind of out there getting cardio. Wasn't a lot of shots available, but still, he wasn't. If he's not hitting threes, he's not really helping us. You know I said that I want him to only be a catch and shoot guy, and that does make him one-dimensional. But if he does anything else, not only is it not helping us, it's hurting us. So I don't know what his role is for this team long term. What his role is for this team, I don't know. But if he's not knocking down threes, he's just kind of out there. And I think we need more off our bench. I don't know if he fits, guys. I don't know if he fits this team. There's ways you can have him be effective. He has games where he shoots the ball well and things like that. But I don't know if he fits this team. He just, and it's nothing against him. I just don't know if he fits. He's kind of seems out of place. And I would rather look elsewhere. I like him as a player. He's a solid player, but I just think we can get more from that position with the minutes that he's taken up. Okay, let's get to Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist on 3 or 4 shooting, or 2 blocks. Let me can't forget that. 2 blocks on 3 or 4 shooting in 18 minutes. 2 for the free throw line. Stu was solid. Stu was solid, man. He played solid. He didn't stuff the stat sheet again. That's not usually his role, but he came in and gave us good minutes. Gave us some blocks, gave us some steals, gave us some offensive rebounds, gave us some putbacks. He played good individual defense too on guys like Evan Mobley and guys like Jared Allen. He stood up Evan Mobley a few times when Evan tried to. I don't know why Evan Mobley was trying to post him. You're not going to move Isaiah Stewart. I mean, you're built like Evan Mobley. And a few times Stu just stood him up, and he blocked one of his shots too and gave the finger nod again. Like, Stu was just consistent, guys. Stu was just consistent. His energy and effort is always going to be there. You can take that to the bank every game. If you could bet on Stu's energy and effort, you'd never lose that bet. You'd never lose that bet, ever. That's who he is. So good game from Stu. Who else? Who else do we have tonight? Ron Holland, also another guy who you can bet your bottom dollar on as far as bringing high motor every night. 9 points, 1 board, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 turnovers on 3 for 7 shooting, 1 of 5 from 3, 2 for 2 from the free throw line in 19 minutes. So same thing with Ron. Ron didn't shoot well. He shot 3 for 7. Solid. He didn't shoot well from 3. He did knock down 1 3, but he didn't shoot well from 3. But once again, energy plays. Ron does not have plays drawn up for him, but he continues to make an impact on the game. And that's kind of what I was saying about Fontecchio. That's the difference for me between a Fontecchio and a Ron Holland. They don't play the same position, but just as far as if one thing isn't going, how are you impacting the game in other ways? Nobody always shoots well. Steph Curry doesn't always shoot the ball well every game. But Steph Curry finds ways to get other guys involved. He still finds ways to be impactful on the floor just by being on the floor. The space he creates, right? Ron Holland, for him to be getting the minutes he's getting and being as impactful as he does and still not a good shooter yet. And on the flip side, you got a guy like Fontecchio who's a much better shooter, but isn't nearly as impactful as Ron. That's interesting, right? Think about that. Fontecchio is a much better shooter than Ron, but overall, Ron is much more impactful. When Fontecchio is not shooting the ball well, like tonight, he's ineffective. He's just out there. Solid defense, but not impactful plays. When Ron's shot is not going, he is still very much impactful on the floor because of the intangibles that he brings, because of the dog that he brings, because of the way he turns defense into offense, right? He is still impactful on the floor because of how he engages the crowd. He finds a way to be impactful. That's the difference. I want guys on my bench who are like that, who find ways to be impactful. Holland does it. Fontecchio, unfortunately, does not, unless his shot's falling. So, Ron, I don't really have anything bad ever to say about Ron. Because like I always say, your shot's not always going to fall. But what else are you bringing to the game if it's not falling for you? So, Ron was solid again. Oh, man. Okay. 2 more guys, and then we're going to move on. Paul Reed, let's get to Beasley first. Beasley did not play well tonight, guys. This was one of the rare off games from Beasley. Beasley had 2 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 1 for 8 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3. So this is the first game I can remember, maybe all season long, where Beasley didn't hit 1 3. I can't recall another game this season where he didn't hit 1 3-pointer. AB, what's good, bro? Let's take a pause, y'all. Let's take a pause for a second. I'm not sure how long you've been here, AB, but I wanted to shout out Cade's clutch gene because he went to the line tonight after probably having 4 or 5 welts on his arms and shoulders and knocked down 6 straight free throws. 6 straight free throws. And he could not have played any better than he did tonight. I'm just saying this to you, bro. I know you know this already. But with this all here, I want you to hear from us. I want you to hear that you have, and you guys, and Cade has our support. For those who don't know, Ashton, the trainer, is Cade's cousin, older cousin. That's his family. And he has been one of the biggest support systems for the city since he's been here. So anyway, AB, bro, Cade, there was nothing more he could do. Nothing more he could do. This was an MVP level performance tonight. MVP level performance. 9 assists and 1 turnover. A 9-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. Last game, he had 14 assists and 3 turnovers. Before that, he had 15 assists and 3 turnovers. And he's doing it without his running mate. The second best player in the team is not even here. So he has got 10 eyes on him all game, and he's still taking care of the basketball and making sure that he's still getting his own. The big 3 he hit late, you can see, y'all, he did not want to lose this game. He did not want to lose this game. But once again, he played 38 minutes for the 3rd straight game. Bro is gassed. Bro is tired. And he's still doing this. He's still doing bum ankle. It came down on Evan Mobley's ankle. Still doing it. There's nothing more you could ask from this dude. Trajan, I have faith in you. But you have to get this man some help. You got to get him some help, man. It's not even fair at this point to ask him to keep doing this. I don't want Cade to get hurt, y'all. That's why you guys hear me talking about getting a backup point guard so often. I don't want Cade doing this every time he goes to the bench. Scoreboard watching. Watching the scoreboard. Look at the clock. Maybe another minute and a half. Come on, Sass. Give me another minute and a half. No. When Jaden was here, he was just chilling. Because he had faith that Jaden can run the offense when he goes to the bench. That's the difference. I don't want to. We cannot, guys. And I got afraid when I saw Cade hurt because I've been saying this. If you overplay this dude, you don't want him to get hurt. He could get injured, knock on wood. You do not want to overplay him. You don't want to, you cannot run him into the ground. You can't. You're not going to have him at his best. You have to make sure you get my man some help. So, AB, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I hate wasted performances. 38, 9, 7 in a loss? Come on, man. Come on. Like, I hope you guys are understanding what you're seeing right now. Without your without a second best player, 10 eyes on you, bum ankle, getting smacked. You can hear the smack from the TV screen. I was watching the game on flat screen tonight. Every time I went to the hoop. Every time. You're not, and it's funny, man. Cade is so composed, and he's so, when he gets fouled, he rarely gets teed up. He just gives a ref a look and one. He's not barking at the officials. He's just playing basketball, man. So shout out, the biggest shout out to Ashton, to Cannon, to Kennard, to Jalen, to his parents, Keith, Carrie, Kales, everybody who contributed to contribute to him being the man that he is, bro. Because this dude is one of a kind. One of a kind, man. I hate these kind of losses. I absolutely hate these kind of losses. I'm gonna leave it there, man. I already said all this before, but with you being here, bro, I had to shout you out. I had to shout you out because I feel your pain. Not on your level, not on K's level, not on you guys' level, but I understand. I understand. And K just needs to understand there's nothing more that he could have done. Nothing. Nothing. He should not be asked to do this anymore. Unless it's a playoff game where you're asked to step your game up, right? Because rotations get shortened. Okay, yeah. But in the regular season game, at the trade deadline, come on, man. Come on, man. Get my bro some help. So shout out to you, bro. You already know what's up. You know what's up. All right. All right, man. Let's get to let's get to a few other things, guys. We talked about the bench already. One more guy, Paul Reed, right? Paul Reed. I gotta shout out Paul Reed, man. Big minutes tonight from Paul Reed with JD being out. Big minutes from Paul Reed, man. He came in and he gave the Pistons a presence when he was on the court on both ends of the floor. JD was in foul trouble. Paul Reed, the vet, came in, played much better defense than JD did in the first half. Just keeping it a buck. Much better defense. He played big. He didn't get caught on pump fakes, right? He was playing smart, disciplined defense. He knocked down shots too. And he was banging with those trees in Evan Mobley and Jared Allen in the paint, right? He was playing well, man. We need more Paul Reed minutes. I want Paul Reed to get all of Fontecchio's minutes. If we don't make another move, I want Paul Reed to get all of Simone Fontecchio's minutes. Every single one. And that's no shade to Fontecchio, but you see the difference of impact when Paul Reed is in the game versus when Simone's in the game. Because Paul Reed doesn't just rely on his jump shot. He can play sound defense. He can make some nice passes. He can dish the ball a little bit. He can bang on the boards. Last game, we had Fontecchio trying to guard, who was it? Larry Nance Jr., who's about 3-4 inches taller than him, 30 pounds heavier than him. Why is he in the game? Getting offensive boards over and over and over and over again. No. I want Paul Reed playing with Stu or JD off the bench. Give him all the minutes. All of them. So shout out to him. Shout out to Paul Reed, man. Okay. All right, you guys. Let's kind of switch gears a little bit and talk about a few different things here that have been going on since this game started and finished. The first thing is this. I want to get this out the way and then we'll get to trade talk, right? First things first, All-Star Weekend. Regarding All-Star Weekend, we got some good news. And this is by request. Somebody asked me to talk about this. Asar Thompson is going to be joining Amin Thompson, his brother, in the Rising Stars game. That's going to be fun to watch. That's going to be very fun to watch. Because the last time we saw these guys play together was at OTE, right? The City Reapers. So I'm looking forward to watching these guys play because they've both grown a lot since then. And now we have two reasons to tune into All-Star Weekend. The first, obviously, being Cade in the All-Star game, right? And hopefully, after the second one with Asar, the third can be Malik Beasley getting voted as a contestant for the 3-point shootout, which he deserves. If all three of those guys are there, it's going to be lit. Cade, Asar, and Beasley, that's going to be crazy to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. And Beasley should get there. He should absolutely get to the 3-point contest. Absolutely. Because he is second in the league in 3-pointers made, only behind Anthony Edwards. He's like 10 behind. I think Ant-Man is at 201 and Beasley's at 191, something like that. But Beasley is also, he's not just knocking them down. He's knocking them down efficiently. Save for tonight, right? Except for tonight. He shot 0 for 6 tonight. So maybe he dropped down to about 40.9% something on the season. But he's shooting 41% overall from the season from 3-point. And on top of that, the Pistons have been resurgent this season. Best season in 6 years, right? So there's no reason whatsoever for him to not get there. He's shooting the three well. He's shooting at a good clip. Pistons in the best season. They get media attention. We got an all-star in our team, all-NBA player in our team. We got a star in the Rising Stars game. It's our time. Put him in the 3-point contest, right? And as far as when we'll know, we should know soon. We should know soon because the slam dunk contestants have already been selected. And I believe the All-Star Weekend is February 14th through the 16th. So the 15th is when you have the 3-point contest. So we should know very soon now. Today is what, the 5th? 10 days out? We should know really, really soon. So I'll keep you guys posted on that if I hear something about that. But B should absolutely be there. Absolutely. Okay, now they got that out of the way. Now let's get to what everybody has been talking about. Trade deadline, man. Trade deadline. So today is February 5th. The deadline is tomorrow, the 6th, at 3 p.m. EST. And the Pistons have made a move, but I don't think it's the move that everybody was expecting. So let's just do this. Let's look at this together, guys. I'm going to pull this up. We're going to all take a look at this and take a look at what's been going on through Twitter. Let's pull up Twitter and take a look. This was reported about 2 hours ago from Shams. The Miami Heat, I'll zoom in a little bit, guys. Here we go. Is that better? The Miami Heat are finalizing a deal to send Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors for Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a protected first-round pick, sources tell ESPN. As part of the deal, Warriors' Lindy Waters III and Heat's Josh Richardson are headed to the Detroit Pistons. So first things first, guys. For those who don't know who Lindy Waters is, let me come back here for a second. Remember the game against the Golden State Warriors when there was somebody on the bench who was holding the basketball and Stu was trying to get it and they wouldn't give it away? So Stu just like snatched it away. That was Lindy Waters. That's who that was. That's who that was. The guy that was trolling and trying to cause problems. He also, yes, Derek, I was just about to say this. He can shoot the ball. Now, I don't know what his role is going to be, if any, because the Pistons have their 2 roster spots over the limit. So they're not done making moves. They're not done making moves. So I don't know if he's going to stick or not, but they have to make a move. They got to make maybe a couple moves, maybe 2-for-1 deals or something like that, or maybe a 3-for-1. Who knows? But this is not over. I know it's only 16-something hours, but we're not done yet. We are not done yet. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen with that. But I don't know if any one of these guys are going to be here past tomorrow. I don't know. Because to me, Josh Richardson is, I don't know if he's the answer. I don't think he's a true point guard. He's like a combo guard, isn't he? Josh Richardson? I don't know, but I don't think that's the answer. I think this may be a setup to something bigger. I was hoping the setup was going to be for Lonzo Ball. So let's talk about that because I was very, very disappointed with that. Before that, there was another move made. Kenyon Martin Jr. was also traded to the Pistons today. Let's get there first, and then we'll get to Lonzo. So KJ Martin's salary, the Pistons took it on, and the Pistons also got 2 second-round picks for that. So now they have 3 picks, second-round picks going into next year's draft. 3 total. So that signals to me that the Pistons are definitely going to make another move because they have the mid-level exception, right? They could use that to sign him, because the mid-level exception is what you can use outside of your cap space. So the Pistons have 14 million in cap space, or they had 14 million in cap space before the moves today. On top of that, you have an 8 million exception separate that you can use to assign to a player. It's called the mid-level exception. And coincidentally, KJ Martin's salary is $8 million or $7.9 million. So it's not a coincidence that they used that on him. I'm not sure if he's going to stay, but I think it made sense that they used that on a player that matches with the mid-level exception, so you don't have to use your cap space. Because that 14 million is going to be important, or however much is left is going to be important when it comes to facilitating trades. If you want to take on a salary, absorb a salary, that 14 million is important. And the Pistons are the only team that has cap space. Only team, right? You got teams trying to get under the apron, trying to get under the luxury tax. While meanwhile, we got 14 million just chilling. So I like that Trajan did not dip into that cap space. But what the thing about it is we got 2 second-round picks as a result of that. So we got 2 second-round picks without having to touch that 14 million. We can still go out and make a move without having to touch that. We just don't have our mid-level exception anymore. That's fine. So now we got 3 second-round picks, which is good. That's really, really good. So that's a very shrewd move by Trajan Langdon. I was happy to see that from him. He appears to understand how these contracts work and how the numbers work and how the math works, which is good. Right? That's good. But I don't know what that means for Kenyon Martin Jr. long term. I don't know what that means. We got to wait and see. Okay, but here's the thing. The Pistons do have options. And I don't know what's going to happen because I thought the Pistons were going to get Lonzo Ball. We all know that the Pistons had an opportunity. I don't know how big or small, but they had a chance to get Lonzo Ball. The Bulls were shopping Lonzo Ball. They were only asking for a second-round compensation. Second-round draft pick compensation. I don't know how many. All we heard was second-round draft pick, second-round compensation. That was it. So it could have been 1, could have been 2, could have been 3. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Trajan was trying to get these. Maybe Trajan made that KJ Martin move in order to get more draft picks, second-round picks to get to the Bulls, but then found out late in the game that Lonzo wanted to sign with the Bulls anyway. Who knows? Who knows? It could have been all for nothing. I don't know. Hope not. But Lonzo ended up signing a 2-year, $20 million deal to sign back with the Bulls tonight, a couple hours ago. That to me is so disappointing. That is so disappointing. For all the reasons I outlined when it came to Cade, our most important player on this team. The domino effect of having a backup point guard with Jaden out is so important. So important. And I don't know where the Pistons go from here as far as a backup point guard because Lonzo was the perfect fit for me. Everything that the Pistons needed, he provided. A steady point guard who can run the offense, allow Cade to rest comfortably without having to come back into the game with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, right? And provides defense. He can shoot the ball solid. He's not a great shooter, but he's solid, respectable. He's long. He would have helped out a lot tonight. Against guys like Al Jerome and George Niang, big guys who were going crazy tonight, having a guy like Lonzo instead of Marcus Sasser would have been much, much better. Do you not agree? That's the importance of how, I'm not saying we need to go get, it was Lonzo or bust, but we need somebody who has those variables, who has those intangibles, who has those, he has the ability to do those things, right? It's not a lot of guys out there that I can think of that can do that at that level. And so that's why I thought it was disappointing to not get him. Wait a minute. Okay. My phone is going crazy. I'm on my Shans right now. Somebody just texted me and said, can somebody confirm this? Actually, just give me a second, guys, because I am hearing some weird things in the moment. Let me just check. Hold on, 1 second. 1 second, y'all. Okay. I'm hearing a bunch of different stuff. Anyway, okay, sorry about that. False alarm. Let me get back. So, yeah, man, that's why I was so disappointed with the lack of getting. That's what it was, Broderick. That's what it was. I'm sorry. One of my boys who lives out in the Bay texted me and said, we got Jimmy. And I'm thinking he's talking about the Pistons, man. Anyway, Anyway, disregard that. But yeah, you see how much we struggle with our bench play, our guard play off the bench. And make a hustler calls him Marcus Disaster. I'm not gonna call him that. I understand why you feel that way. I'm not mad at you. I understand. It was a disaster tonight. It wasn't pretty. But just having a guy like Lonzo will really help. It will really help. Tua, as far as this, he's always injured. I'm not too keen on him. I understand what you're saying, Tua, but here's the thing. K played 38 minutes tonight, the previous game, and the previous game before that, right? If K can play 33 minutes a game on a regular basis, that's perfect. Which means what? Lonzo plays what? 15. We don't need Lonzo playing 30 minutes a game like he did against us when we beat them. 15 minutes a game is all you need. Just somebody who can hold the fort down and allow K to rest. That's literally all you need. I'm not saying Lonzo's going to be a saving grace, was going to be a superstar, was going to be the next coming of Black G. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying we needed somebody who was going to just steady the offense. And if you have a lead, sustain it. If you have a deficit, don't let it balloon out of control. That's literally it. Just hold the fort down so your star or stars can take you home. So that way, K doesn't have to come into the game with 9 minutes left to end the game. Last game when the Pistons lost to the Hawks, it's a reason why K turned the ball over with 30 seconds left. He was tired. You could see it. You want your guys, your star players, to be fresh to end the game. K has not been fresh to end the game for a while now because he has to come in with 9 minutes to go. You want your star coming in with 5 minutes left. Maybe even 6 at the most, but 5 minutes left. So that way they have the wind and the stamina and the energy to close. Katie's been doing it anyway. He's been doing it anyway, which is crazy. But this is not sustainable for anybody. Not sustainable for anybody. So Tua, I will only have him playing 15 minutes. And when you only play 15 minutes in a limited role, guess what that does? It drastically brings down your level of proneness to get injured. It brings down that risk to get injured because you're not overexerting your body the way Kate is right now, which is why it's so important to get a guy like that. See what I'm saying? Domino effect. So that's the whole point. So the Pistons have to get somebody like that. D-Buck, I'm not mad at this. Not mad at that. I would love Marcus Smart. Would love Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is a winner. He is a winning basketball player, and he fits this culture to a absolute T. He'd be perfect. He can run the offense successfully. We saw him do it with the Boston Celtics for years. It's unfortunate for him that as soon as he left, he couldn't get a championship because he deserved one. He deserved one. Imagine Marcus Smart with Ron Holland and Isaiah Stewart and Asar at times off the bench. What? Good luck trying to score. Good luck trying to score. And good luck trying to bully somebody. Ain't happening with that, guys. You know what? That might be a better option, D-Buck. And you're like you just said, that might be the better option. So if we can get, and he's not injury prone either. He's a very durable player and he's strong. It was a game last year against us. We played against him and he torched us with the Grizzlies. Torched us. Or was it this year? Maybe it was this year. Torched us. So, yeah, Marcus Smart, something like that. If we get something close to that, I'm happy. I'm happy. So that's what I'm looking for. I wish we could get PJ for Tech. There's no way they're going to do that, though. No way they're going to do that. I would love PJ on this team, even though PJ kind of got on my bad side last year when he tried to push JD and he ended up falling and JD didn't budge. Remember that? When he played for or 2 years ago, he played for the Hornets. He tried to push JD and he fell and JD just stood there like, what are you doing? But I like PJ though. I like PJ's game. He's tough. He's tough. Tough-minded guy, and he has finals experience. Mavericks last year, right? He's a tough guy. I like him. He can shoot the three, good stretch forward, but he can also play physical for you, play tough in the paint. He's a good player. Good player. I would like to have him too. Draymond, well, you never know now with what Golden State's doing now. I would imagine they want to keep him now to round out that defense because him with Jimmy would be nice defensively. I will say that. High IQ guys. Both of those guys are high IQ guys. Jimmy may not be the Jimmy of 2020 when he went to the finals, but he's still very good. Still very good. Draymond on this team, I think we already have our Draymond. I know Stu is not the playmaker that Draymond is, but if we bring in another big, I want a big who can shoot the ball. I want a stretch big, right? Draymond is the furthest thing from a stretch big, and I absolutely love Draymond. If we didn't have Stu, I say, yeah, bring Draymond here for that toughness, for that mental edge, for that experience. Draymond's a 4-time champion, and he has said before that if he's gonna get sent somewhere, he said, send me home. If I'm gonna leave and go to state, he said, send me home. So I wouldn't be jumping for joy about it, but I also wouldn't be mad at it because if anything, he can help these guys grow up. We talk about vets, right? All the time. How Beasley and Tobias and even Paul Reed and THJ have been great vets for this team. He would be the best vet for this team from a basketball standpoint. Bees is the best vet as far as the vibes and the confidence, right? He's always giving these guys confidence. I say it all the time. He's always waiting for Cade post-game. After Cade's interview, he's always just waiting right there so he can run with Cade into the tunnel. He's just that kind of guy. He's just a vibes guy. Always on social media, gassing these guys up, giving them confidence on the court. Tonight, standing up for Asar, pushing the biggest guy on the court. He the smallest guy on the court, pushing Jerry Allen. Like, I love that. But as far as a basketball standpoint, understanding the game, understanding situations, understanding things that they haven't experienced before, as a 4-time champion, it doesn't get better than Draymond Green. So, crazy base, I'm not mad at that. I just wish we could get a guy who could stretch the floor, right? That's the only thing. It's the only thing. If we could get him to play a Tristan Thompson type of role, a James Johnson type of role, where he is more so a mentor than anything else, I would love it. But not for the amount of money he's getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I wouldn't love it either. So we'll see what happens. If PJ don't play D, they will. Smart with Ron Holland off the bench will be similar to, exactly. Yeah, with Lindsey Hunter and Mike James. Who remembers that? Lindsey Hunter, Mike James, when they used to turn teams over in the backcourt, possession after possession after possession. 2004 first round against the Bucks, turning them over and over and over again. You remember, Mega Hustle? I know you remember. I know you remember. 100%. I'm with you on that. I'm with you with that 100%. Maybe Chauncey should leave the Blazers and suit up for a couple minutes. Right. Hey, Phantom of Darkness. We got our Chauncey. We have our Chauncey. His name is Kate Cunningham. When it's all said and done, Chauncey is one of my favorite point guards, guys. He's one of my favorite Pistons of all time. But when it's all said and done, if Kate can stay healthy and if he decides he wants to stay here, and hopefully he wants to stay here because hopefully the Pistons give him a reason to want to stay here. Trajan, please. If he stays here, he will end up being better than Chauncey. He will end up being better than Chauncey because the things that he does are what Chauncey does. Chauncey is the better shooter. Chauncey's he's a pure shooter. Right now, Chauncey's a better shooter. But everything else, I don't know. Everything else, Kate pretty much does as well. Facilitating, right? Chauncey was an absolute genius. Chauncey was a genius. He is the ultimate floor general. But he also had the benefit of playing for 4 or 5 teams, bouncing around the league, and being coached by Kate's older brother's former NBA coach, Larry Brown. No shade to bigger staff, right? No shade at all. He's done a great job. Great job. Amazing job. But Larry Brown's Larry Brown, bro. Larry Brown's Larry Brown. You know what I'm saying? And Chauncey didn't become the player he was until he got Larry Brown. Chauncey was a scoring guard until he came here and had Larry Brown teach him how to play basketball what? The right way. Cade already has the benefit of that because he has an older brother and a cousin who had the benefit of learning from a guy like Larry Brown. See what I'm saying? So, a little off topic, but I hear what you're saying, Phantom of Darkness, but we got our Chauncey already. He's already here. I know you're just joking, but he's already here. So, tough game, man. Tough game tonight for the Pistons. They had to make a move. ASAP. 100% they had to make a move. So we'll see what happens, man, I think so too. Deuce K better than Chauncey. I don't know if he's there yet. He may be already, because I don't think Chauncey was Chauncey was at least a 2-time All-Star. Maybe I think Chauncey was a 4-time All-Star. So I'm not gonna discredit Chauncey. I'm not gonna do that to Chauncey, because Chauncey, his legacy is cemented, right? Finals MVP, top 5 in MVP voting in 07. Like the boy, come on, man, that's Chauncey Billups, right? But I think looking 4 or 5 years down the road, K can be one of the top 3 Pistons to ever play to suit up for the Pistons. I really believe that. So we'll see what happens. Long way to go. We just trying to get through this trade deadline first, right? Before we get to talk about that. But we'll see what happens, man. But this is very, very tough. Very, very tough, man. I really hope between now and tomorrow afternoon, rather, that the Pistons make some kind of move to get Cade some help. They have to get Cade some help as soon as possible. Whether it's Marcus Smart, whether it's Colin Sexton, whoever, just get somebody who can take some pressure off of him. That's the most important thing for this team right now, because we don't know when Jaden's coming back. We don't know yet, right? And I would rather him sit out the rest of the year than risk himself and open himself up for injury again. That's the last thing I want to do, right? Speaking of Jaden, he posted a video of him walking in a pool, half his body submerged, which is a great sign. He's already in a walking boot, guys. And he is slowly but surely getting better and better, closer and closer to recovery, which is great to see. And it's funny because the clip that he showed was similar to that of, what was it? It was similar to that of Aiden Hutchinson for the Lions. It was very similar to that. And so we'll see what happens. You know, let me do this. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. I think I actually posted this earlier today. And we'll see. Let me see if I can pull this up. It was eerily similar. Here we go. Let me share the screen with you guys, and then we'll take a look at it. Here we go. Boom. All right, check this out. Look at this, y'all. I tweeted this earlier. These two are so important to the Pistons and Lions. Right? Look at that. Now, if you look at this here, I'm not sure if you guys can see, but take a look here. Both of these guys are submerged in water and walking. Now, obviously, Aiden is a lot further along because this was about, a month or 2 ago. He's probably getting close to full recovery by now as far as the healing process. He has to get back to who he was, but as far as the healing process, he's probably close. But look at this picture. Look at these pictures. So here's the thing with this video. Look at this thing. It's interesting here is that when it comes to this type of therapy, the more water you have submerging your body, the less pressure you can put on your foot or on your leg. Because the more water that's covering you or that you're in, the lighter you are. So the less water you have submerging you means the stronger your leg is, the more pressure you can put on your leg, right? So at this point, Aiden had his water was about his shoulders, right? Which means that at that point in time, he couldn't put too much pressure on that leg yet. But Jaden, on the other hand, his is a little bit lower, closer to his midsection, right below his chest, which means that he can put more pressure on his leg. Now, that's important because Aiden broke, it's funny, Aiden and Jaden, right? Aiden and Jaden. But Aiden broke his tibia. That's his shin bone. Same bone that Cade broke 2 years ago, right? And with Jaden, he broke his fibula, which is the bone behind the shin. So it's a little bit different. So I think Jaden is a little bit closer than Aiden was at this point when they were doing this video, when they were shooting this video. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but I'm going to show you guys that. But I'm looking forward to Jaden getting back ASAP. Yeah, Devin, you might be right, bro, as far as him pushing through. I don't want him to do that, though. I'd rather him just take his time. I know what you're saying, but on a personal level, I know him a little bit. I don't want him to get hurt again. I just like, take your time, bro. Just take your time. Don't force it. I'd rather the Pistons get to the playoffs and be a first-round exit and get one game, then try to come back too soon, and now you're overcompensating, and now you hurt your other leg because you're not fully confident in the leg. You know what I mean? 'Cause in the leg that you hurt. So I'd rather him take his time. But we'll see what happens, guys. But it is encouraging to see that he is in a walking boot and he's getting back to it. That's Jaden, man. That's Jaden. He don't know how to sit down. He don't know how to sit down. Even when he's hurt, he's like, I'm good. It's like, no, you're not, bro. When he had the foot injury earlier, when he thought he had broke his toe early in the season, he was playing through pain. It was only a sprained toe, but he was trying to play through it. He just loves basketball. He just loves to hoop. And he doesn't complain. We saw he doesn't complain last year when he got benched for other guys. Didn't complain. He just comes to work and does his job. And for him, it's not a job because he just loves to play basketball. Like I always say, outside of his faith, outside of family, it's hoop for Jalen. I know that for a fact. So he doesn't need playoff experience. He'll get it. He'll get it. I'd rather him get it when he is fully healthy and fully confident in his body. It's going to come. I have confidence in JB Bickerstaff that this is not going to be the only trip we have to the playoffs this coming season, right? This is not going to be the only time the Pistons have, in AB's words, Ashton's words, 6 seed, right? I'm looking forward next season to a 4 seed, 5 seed, maybe even more, depending on what Trajan does tomorrow or next season. So we'll see what happens, guys. If J.I. plays 10 minutes in a game for elimination, exactly. Just get some, okay, I see what you're saying, Devin. Just get some experience. Just get some tick in the game. I understand what you're saying there. I feel you on that. I agree. Just get a taste of it. That's all we want for all these guys. Just get a taste of playoff basketball. What I really want, more than anything, is for these guys to win a game. Just get one playoff game because the Pistons have not won a playoff game since 2008. 2008 was the last time the Pistons won a playoff game against the Boston Celtics, and they won 6-game series in the conference finals. They lost 4-2. That was the last time they won a playoff game. 2009 was the last time that regime, that iteration of the Pistons got to the playoffs. They got swept by the Cavs in 2009, got swept by the Cavs again in 2016, got swept by the Bucks when Blake Griffin was on one leg. So we haven't won a playoff game in 17 years. It's been 17 years since we won a playoff game. So my only wish for this season, and I'll be happy, my championship for this team for this season, and everything else is gravy, is just get one playoff win. Just get that monkey off your back. Get that playoff experience for Cade and for all these guys. Get one win. Build some confidence, momentum, go to the next season. That's all I want to see. So I'm with you, Devin. I feel you on that, 100%. Do you think any of these guys that got traded here will be playing? I don't know, D-Bug. I don't know who's going to be here or not. I think we just got to all wait till the dust settles because we don't know if KJ Martin's going to be playing. We don't know if Josh Richardson's going to be playing. We don't know if Lindsey Waters is going to be playing. We don't know yet. We don't know. It's too early to say. All I know is that we have too many guys on this team. We have 2 players. We're 2 players over the roster limit. We added 3 guys today. So does that mean Josh and Lindsey are going to be gone? Does that mean all 3 are going to be gone? We don't know. But we do know Lonzo was not coming here at all because it's not like the Bulls signed him and then they can trade him. No, he could have been traded if he signed with another team. Then he could have been traded somewhere else. But because he signed with the same team that he was already with, he is not eligible to be traded. So that's gone. That's gone. Now I'm on Marcus Smart. Now I'm on Colin Sexton. Now I'm on anybody else. Or Kobe White, Devin. Kobe White would make us nice. I wouldn't mind that. I feel like Kobe White is what Sasser is if Sasser could run the offense as well as score. Kobe White, in my opinion, is what Marcus Sasser is if Marcus Sasser could run the offense as well as score the basketball. I would absolutely keep Kobe White. If we could get Kobe White, I would absolutely keep him. Absolutely. No doubt about it. This dude just dunked on Wemby. Man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, so we'll see, man. Phantom Darkness said, my cat is 17 years old. I'm screaming. I'm dead. That's hilarious. Yeah, Warren, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe that's what Trajan's gearing up for. Who knows? Right? All I know, like I said, we got too many guys on this team. We cannot continue past tomorrow with all these guys in this team. We just can't. So we'll see. They better not play. Today should be the get picks day. Tomorrow should be the yes, Devin. Today's the get assets day. Tomorrow is the move on those assets or make a move as a result of that because they still have the cap space. They still got options. They have plenty of options. And you're right. The Bulls have 5 points. So there's no reason, guys, why by 3 p.m. tomorrow, the Pistons should not have made a move. With the assets that they just created, there's no reason. No reason because teams are looking to offload guys. If you got Dallas looking to offload Luka Doncic, I'm pretty sure you can find a deal. You just got to find the right deal. So we'll leave it there, guys. We'll leave it there, man. The Pistons, they got to recover. They got to regroup. I will have something for you guys tomorrow as soon as I hear something. Me and my boy King are going to be going live soon to kind of recap everything that's happened once it's all over, once the dust settles, so you guys can look for us. I appreciate you guys as always, showing up and showing out, man. AB, appreciate you, bro, for always showing up. Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Everything's going to be just fine as long as we get K some help. Got to get some help. No exception, no excuses, period. So with that, guy, hold on. At that, we need a Detroit basketball. I'll give you one now, man. No, I'll give you one now. I haven't done it in a few days. Detroit basketball. So, there you go. That's usually reserved for the wins, but, why not? Y'all rocking with me, I rock with y'all. So, on that note, I appreciate you guys showing up and showing out, man. And until tomorrow or the next game the Pistons play, I don't know when that is, I'll be here with you guys for the latest update. And now we wait. So with that, Detroit versus everybody. Peace.